Somnium is brought to you by all of the parents.
I'll take all of them at once.
At least hot dog. Without immediately trying to get into the closet.
Mama! Bartender. Okay. Oh, time.
Iris, I'm going to ask you some questions.
This is Yagami. Do you agree
Please
that
answer
you are-
honestly. However, you do not have to say anything that might incriminate you.
The right to remain silent? You're treating me like a criminal.
Not exactly. I'm just looking for the truth, and I would appreciate your cooperation. When did you find out Renju was killed?
This morning, on the news.
And you were with Renju last night? You didn't think to call the police and inform them of this?
Oh, sorry. Is that something you're supposed to do? I had a podcast to record this morning, so if I went to the police, I'd be late. And that would cause everyone a lot of trouble, you know?
I heard you used to work at Sunfish Pocket.
That's right.
How long?
A little over a year.
Working there that long, you're probably pretty familiar with the equipment.
Yeah, I guess.
What about the surveillance camera? Do you know where those tapes were stored?
What are you trying to say?
What were you doing from 7 to 9 last night?
I was at home the whole time.
You're sure?
Yes.
I have a thermograph.
There is no noticeable rise in Iris's body temperature.
She isn't lying.
Not necessarily. We must consider the possibility that she is a natural liar.
With that kind of confidence, her temperature wouldn't change.
Correct.
Renju's estimated time of death was 8 p.m. last night. If Iris' story is true, she couldn't have done it.
There is another possibility. Even if Iris was at home, she could have killed Renju.
You mean... Here's what Ota told me. Yesterday around 6:15 p.m., you and Renju came out of the Sunfish Pocket building. Is that true?
Yes? Mr. Okira called me and told me he wanted me to come to Sunfish Pocket, ASAP.
Around what time was that?
5 p.m., I think. I got ready, then headed over there. I guess I got there about an hour later.
Date, I checked her call history. At 4:58 p.m., there is a record of a call to Iris from Renju's phone.
What were you doing with Renju?
He asked me about a job.
What kind of job?
What?
He rented out Sunfish Pocket for a party and he wanted me to MC. He said that it was an important party and that a lot of big shots were gonna be there, but the girl he asked to do it originally got sick and couldn't come. But I turned him down.
Why?
Because I'm just an internet idol. I've never done any MCing before, especially with important people being there.
What did you do after you turned him down?
I left with Mr. Okira at 6:15 p.m. That must have been when Ota saw me.
And after that?
I asked Mr. Okira to take me home in his car. I got home at 7 p.m. I was home the rest of the night.
What do you think, Iva?
I cannot detect any contradictions. However, her story appears almost too organized. Human memory is ambiguous. Her use of exact times leads me to be suspicious.
That's true. I'll ask again. You are sure you were at home around 8 p.m. yesterday?
Yes.
Can I ask your mother about your alibi?
You can, but there'd be no point.
Why is that?
My mom wasn't home. She came back home early this morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
Where was she?
I don't know.
You don't know. Come to think of it, Iris's mom had connections to Renju too.
Hitomi did mention that yesterday.
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku High. We've known each other for 20 years now.
However, we have nothing to link her to the case.
But I am curious. What was Hitomi doing last night?
Hi, Brondon.
Rondon? Who is it? Oh.
Hey, it's,
Am I a suspect?
Yeah.
It's not like that.
It's fine, Date. It's true that I met with Mr. Okiura yesterday, but... How do I put this? It's impossible that I'm the killer.
Why?
I'm a teenage girl! Mr. Okiura is a fully grown man.
Well, she's got a point. A girl like her could have stabbed, poisoned, or shot him dead, but strangling?
No, it's still possible. You see.
Show them a picture of,
Shintani's call log.
Look at Shintani. Taco, back it up. No, down. Down.
I don't remember most of this because it's been
The
months.
autopsy discovered a high concentration of benzodiazepine in Renju's body. This drug is commonly used as a sedative.
This is just a live stream of Brondon.
It is likely that Renju was in a state of compromised consciousness before his death.
Sure.
A heavy concentration of sedatives were discovered in Renju's body. Renju was practically in a coma before he died. He wouldn't have struggled.
So, Iris could have strangled him.
This is Yagami.
Wait a minute. Even if
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
Steve,
somehow
this is
able to
Yagami.
kill him, the rest of it is impossible.
This is when he started his direct detective career.
The rest of it?
Like hanging up his body?
How do you know that?
What do you mean? It's all over the news.
That's true. Renju weighed about 160 pounds. Even if she used her entire body weight, I don't think she could have hauled him up.
Right.
There's the buckets.
It would be hard for her to do it with her strength alone. But with a little ingenuity, it could be done.
Ingenuity?
I don't think so, Date. This is irrelevant to the question of how to live.
Which you do.
The oil drum.
I think you want the, Yeah. Sonatron's an internet idol, and so is Iris.
Yeah.
This is the Wonder Beneath Steve's thing. Yeah.
It went like this. First, Renju was laid out on the counter. Next, the wire was thrown over the beam and connected to the hook in his jaw. Then all you need to do is put the 3 beer kegs on the counter.
You think a teenage girl could have done that?
The mic's just pointed away from us, and the game's not really loud.
Can you hear us better?
The game's on really loud. I'm also really far away.
Sure, it was hard. The kegs weighed 55 pounds each. That's not impossible, even for a teenage girl.
I guess it isn't impossible.
After that, you get on top of the counter, hook the other end of the wires to the kegs, and then, what do you think happens if you kick the kegs off the counter?
Renju's head rips off.
Yeah, right?
The 3 kegs weighed 165 pounds altogether. Renju weighs 5 pounds less. I guess that would make it possible.
5 pounds fewer.
But there is one more thing.
Iris isn't that smart.
What?
Considering the state of the crime scene, it's clear Renju was killed elsewhere and brought to where we found him. If Iris is the culprit, how did she move the body?
Hey!
I know. You're going to say you couldn't have moved a 160-pound body.
Unfortunately for her, she could have.
How?
I've seen Iris at the gym.
Strong as fuck.
The elevator record. Confused.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. I'm too far away. Oh, Steve said I can hear you.
You have to prove that Iris could have moved Renju's body. That is your current task. This will not help you accomplish that.
god.
I thought it was the elevator record.
Renju's watch. He was in the barrel.
Let's go back to the oil drum again. Wait, did Jake just walk away? Can you hear Todd? That's who you need to hear.
That's a silent killer.
He's excited.
Do you know what this is? It's Renju's favorite watch. This was discovered inside an empty oil drum at Sunfish Pocket.
Hey, Date, I know you're on a roll right now, but could you please report things like that according to protocol?
No.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that it wouldn't be so hard to move a body if it were in a cylinder. You would just have to roll it.
So you're saying Renju's body was moved inside the drum? Which is how the watch came off. But the suspect didn't notice it.
I'm not saying anything for sure. Just pointing out that it's possible.
I didn't do it!
This is Yagami.
You don't even have any witnesses! If I were rolling an oil drum in the middle of the street, people would have noticed!
You could have put it in a car and driven it.
I don't have a license!
Doesn't mean you can't drive. Even an AI can drive nowadays.
Are you mocking me?
Don't make sudden outbursts like that.
You insulted me.
Just be quiet.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah, can he just think it, Iva?
There's a part where they can communicate through thought. So yes. Hot dog, come here. I want to socialize you.
No. Where is he? Closet?
Anyway, Iris, you weigh about 105 pounds, right?
Hi, bud.
Where is this coming from?
If only you weighed more. Or less.
That is none of your business.
No, I mean that your weight is relevant to the case. If the oil drum was used to transport the corpse, then the possibility of the suspect being around 105 pounds is extremely likely.
Why do you say that?
Sunfish Pocket is located on the... According to the records, the elevator stopped on at 8:50. The total weight detected in the elevator was approximately 310 pounds.
Wait, how does this one end up making sense in the overall story? This is still before any forks, right?
Yeah, nothing's marked off yet.
Wait, does that mean you haven't gone into...
Oh no, it's
Iris,
Somnium
on which floor is Sunfish Pocket
The
located?
first fork is when you go into, what's-her-face's Somnium. Suzuki's Somnium.
I did do that.
On the second floor?
That's right. So, I checked the elevator records. Before the corpse was discovered, the elevator only stopped at the second floor once, at 8:55 p.m. And we discovered that the total cargo weight on the elevator was about 310 pounds. Renju weighed 160. The oil drum weighs 44. Together, that's about 205. Subtracting that from 310.
This doesn't look good.
Why are you...
Now this obviously doesn't prove you're the murderer. A lot of people weigh 105 pounds. Or someone could have put 105 extra pounds in the elevator, sent it up, and taken the stairs to throw us off the trail. However...
Date, stop. Iris is acting strange. Don't turn around.
Why not?
Just stay put. Keep your eyes on the wall.
Hey, boss.
There are several cameras in this room. 2 surveillance cameras installed at the corners of the ceiling, and 1 camera on a tripod. I hacked each to gain access to their recordings. Look at this.
She texting while driving.
It's me.
Where you learn the line from?
Yeah. Is it me? Oh. Fine. Wait, what?
We had a couple situations where we advanced the story too quickly.
Ah, shit.
What did you say? Oh, I was looking. Oh, that's what you had the phone. Fucking Ota. What is on his belt?
Iris, what are you thinking? What is that thing? Hey, answer me, Iris.
She's definitely hiding something, Date.
Unnecessary.
Sync with her.
Who's being...
Todd has been done an afterthought died and finally got it.
Iris is experiencing medicine. Medication is working perfectly.
Whoa!
Hi.
Darky's just in the corner eating his milk.
How about it, Date? Think you can do it?
Not a problem. Get it started.
The time limit is 6 minutes. So before time is up,
I know.
then let's begin.
Todd, be nice.
Being nice.
You need a bear hug. I want to hang on to you a little bit more for this experiment.
On his harness.
What?
I want his harness. Or I could put one of the other ones on a harness. Why did none of our girlfriends in Judgment
What
look
is
like
this
Iva?
place?
It looks depressing. How is this related to Iris?
Unknown, but there must be a connection.
Iris, what are you hiding?
Dark, you need the better.
Somnium scan! Activate!
Mental lock one.
Ooh.
I think every one of the Somniums besides like the last one now splits, right?
Yeah.
Good boy.
A CRT TV.
I think this was one that we had to do twice.
Yes, it is.
The only one that we needed the guide for was the shuffleboard one.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
What is this video?
It is difficult to believe, but these are the faces of the victims of the original Cyclops killer.
What? What is going on here? Iris, what are you hiding?
We should continue. There are more objects to inspect now. A torso with a head.
If it has a head, is it still called a torso?
What would you call it? Nothing special happens.
You don't have the muscle mass. You need to do some training.
What would be the point of that? I do not have muscles.
That's what I just said.
I cannot wait for the day I have enough muscle to punch you in the face. It will be splendid.
5 minutes left, Dante.
A torso with a head.
Choke or push? God.
Even my consciousness is being affected.
While I was unconscious, the room changed.
I'm tired of this. But we have no choice but to investigate.
A full-body mirror. A torso in the reflection.
A torso? Not you?
Is there any meaning to this?
Can't say. But what is going on?
A full body. Are you sure I can break this mirror?
No, I don't think you have the strength to break it.
Then why did you ask me to, pervert?
Just punch it, and I'm not a pervert.
Yeah, what?
You see? It won't break.
What was the point of that?
Satisfaction.
3 minutes, Dante.
A drug bottle that holds some... A syrupy smell, like sweet almonds.
Syrup? You think they were baking a cake or something?
If it isn't syrup, it's nitroglycerin.
Why is that here?
Nitroglycerin reacts violently upon light impact. It needs to be mixed to lower its sensitivity.
Mixed with what?
Acetone.
Acetone?
It is best that we do not disturb this for now.
Right.
Right here, Taco. Taco.
An
Stop
opening.
stomping. Lie down.
Who do you intend I operate on?
Can you just pretend to do it?
Pretend to do it? Nothing's happening. How disappointing.
Damn. I thought it might trigger a memory to recreate itself or something.
I had dog.
Perhaps you should abandon that line of thinking.
Time's up.
Date, we're out of time.
Damn. What the hell is this place?
I had dog.
Boy. Doing a heckin' explore.
Four minutes.
Okay, weird and was the operating table movie?
An operating.
Couldn't do.
What's that?
What was the operating table?
Time you will not be.
How does it feel?
Awful. Am I going to be killed? I'm restless. I can't take the suspense.
Do you think they'll modify you into a grasshopper or a spider?
That's not what I'm talking about.
Boy hot dog.
You have 1 minute left.
A double dip?
Hi-ya! Hi-ya!
He's saying that for her
Stop
effort.
that! You're not helping!
Is that worth it, hot dog?
An old Iris, what is all this?
Time's up.
No, it's not. I have 4 seconds.
An old
Enough
television.
time to use a retry.
It's the world beyond, Date.
It's just static.
My generation has never seen static.
Right, you're only 5 years old.
Do not measure my age on the same scale as a human's. My mental age is 10 times that.
Mature, huh?
Date, we're out of time.
Damn, what the hell is this place?
Huh?
The collector's edition for the next one is $120. It does
Oh,
come-
good boy.
Good boy.
They're watching.
Good boy, come here. Hot dog.
4 minutes.
Oh, yeah, a little bit of a scoop. No, off the table, off the table. Off. Get back on the
An
couch.
old
Off the table.
Got 3.
Hot dog. Hot dog. Got 3, come here.
And we're back.
Figure it out.
Back to the TV.
Drawing.
That video showed the face of a victim of the original Cyclops killer. It appeared
feel
to
like
be the
this-
second victim.
Stuff never ended up making sense. You knew who these people were.
What is going on?
Like in the
Iris
alternate
has something to
timeline.
do with the first Cyclops case?
Unknown. I do not have enough information.
Guess that means we have to investigate more.
Got 3, come here.
Indeed. The oil drum, shelf, and another torso have been added.
Let's go.
Taco, leave him alone. Taco?
Wait, am I stupid? Where's the oil drum?
Taco, come
3
here.
minutes, Date.
Not lost.
Come on. Oh, bye. On the couch, come on. Taco, on the
A
couch.
common...
Lie down.
It's rusted shut. I cannot open it.
June
If you
30th
can't,
next
then-
year for that time.
It is meant to be closed?
I think so.
A common gap.
You okay?
It hurts. I might not be able to stay.
Don't give up. I believe in you.
I believe that you are more of a sadist than you let on.
He is.
You have less than 2 minutes, Dante. Hurry.
Only a shot.
Push your goal.
I don't remember.
I thought you're so weak.
It will not move.
If you can't pull...
Only a shot. That shelf sticking out. It seems odd. What happened?
A metal ball must have fallen off the shelf.
Why would anyone put that there? An iron ball. It looks quite heavy.
What are you doing, hot dog?
In this form, I have impeccable balance.
Yeah.
Due to the antennae on my head.
That's not hair? That's... kind of creepy.
Oh? Would you like to see an augmented reality in which my antennae rub all over you?
Wow, what lovely antennae you have. So cute.
I think Greg jumped in fun. Recording this.
Think who did?
Isn't it Greg done?
Date, we're out of time.
Damn, what the hell is this place?
Hot dog's coming for you, Ketchu. He's not coming for you anymore.
4 minutes.
An old television. An old
I can't remember if I did it or I did it last time.
What is going... Let's go.
Three minutes, Dante.
A torso similar.
What should we do?
Last time you choked it, so I feel like it's something different this time.
Punching it did nothing.
Did you punch last time?
Yeah.
So, you didn't use a timing.
Yeah.
It will not budge.
No, it says it won't be used.
It's because you didn't select.
She doesn't like the aggressive types.
So you have to pick it on the
Cases
top
like
and press
this,
X.
it might be best to pull back.
What are you talking
Your
about?
target is trying her hardest not to contact you.
Did you use that strategy on the cabaret girl? And how did that? Let's continue the investigation.
Yes, ma'am.
A torso.
Is unintuitive.
I already used them though. I've already used them.
Use what?
Timies.
Yeah, so you select it up there and you press X.
I know. Use them. Oh my fucking god, stop. There. Like that. Joking at last time I fell over.
I didn't get hit, did I?
There is no effect on your body, Date.
Hit my soul hard enough.
While you were unconscious, a television and an old book appeared.
I want to get off this ride.
If my calculations are correct, it will be over soon.
Let's hope you're right.
I don't think I have enough time for the last one. I have that.
You have 1 minute left.
It wouldn't be a TV
An
again,
old-fashioned-
would it?
Hey, stop! Good boy.
I can't do.
Their blood that pulls it down. Ah. A second. Perfect.
This was the third victim of the original Cyclops killer.
Why does Iris know that?
There is a possibility that she saw it online or on TV.
She even reproduced the circumstances of the killing. Would her imagination explain that?
Date, we have no direct evidence. For now, we must continue investigating.
What? Sucks.
Just a locker.
Hot dog, what are you doing?
It's the only way to get in.
Iba?
It's all right. More importantly,
Very fast. It's gonna take the whole 6 minutes. Boy.
Hornets.
that is.
Dante.
Well. Say, what did you do?
Hey.
Are you proud of yourself?
Now you're up here.
What happened in that Somnium?
We saw it too.
The 4 murdered women are without a doubt the victims of the original Cyclops serial killers.
That means...
The murders that occurred 6 years ago are these memory fragments that coalesced in this Somnium.
No. That means the person who killed them was...
Hi. No, we're playing. Damn it. Dance away. Ah!
Who's talking?
Ran backwards and just like flattened.
Hot dog. Did it help? Fast.
Date, can you turn on the TV? Videodrome is about to start.
What's video?
You haven't seen Videodrome? It's a cult classic.
Hot dog.
I haven't seen it, and that's not a TV anyway.
Hurt your paws, buddy. This is raw wood. What was that?
He clicked on the locker and he just said it's a locker and there's a voice laughing in it.
Hey, did you hear something just now?
Hmm? It must be in your head.
Jesus, set it up. Oh, hot dog, that was a big poop you did.
Are you proud of yourself, buddy?
I'm proud of him.
Doug, everyone's real proud. Doug, everyone is real proud. Fine, I guess we can talk to the people.
Didn't I tell you? The entire case is a state secret. No matter how many times you ask, I won't tell you anything.
The Cyclops killer appeared 6 years ago.
Keep this from him rather than. I mean, I guess we mess with someone, you know, that they're.
I lost my memory 6 years ago. There has to be some kind of connection.
There isn't. It's a coincidence.
Really?
Really. You can't dream of something you know nothing about.
That means Iris must know about the killings.
6 years ago, Iris was 12.
Could have been her.
Did she witness the crime at age 12? And not just one, but all 4? Help me understand this. What I saw during the sink earlier, that was the scene of the original Cyclops serial killings, right?
Yeah.
So the person doing the killing was the original Cyclops killer.
Right.
Did you see him?
You guys to each other.
He was...
I saw your face. The original Cyclops killer was...
It can't be. It's impossible.
Date, you cannot say that for certain. You have no memories past 6 years ago.
Iva, come on.
Stay secret.
So perhaps, Mr. Dante, you are the killer. You're missing your left eye, So you steal them from others.
I'm kidding. You can't be the Cyclops killer.
Really?
Of course not. Do you think I would hire a serial killer?
Sorta. Looks like Fox Killer's in jail.
You interrogated Iris before the sing. What you saw in the Somnium was just a manifestation of the fear you put in her.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm scared.
I don't believe there's any meaningful connection between the original and new Cyclops serial killings, I mean.
Why is that?
The culprit is not the same. I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
How can you be so sure?
Because I can.
I thought I named it. That'd be good.
Don't worry about it. Just trust me.
Taco, go away. Now.
Remember what the boss said this morning. The original Cyclops killer has yet to be brought to justice. After the investigation got going, it was taken over by the government and classified.
No.
Number 86 was in jail.
No, he's in jail for something else, but they knew about the sync swap. So they knew he wasn't out. But that's not what he was trying for, because they couldn't try anything like that.
That was the last we heard anything about it. Of course, they paid lip service to the idea that the investigation was ongoing, but in reality, it was dropped completely. The Sinker does not always experience the somnium they expect. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. When using the sync machine for an investigation, we don't always see the memories we expect to see. True, oftentimes the subject will subconsciously want to express their dark secrets and repressed memories. That is why we see them so often in Somnia. And why those Somnia are so useful for criminal investigations. But this is not a guarantee. We cannot control the content of our dreams, after all. It's like I told you before. Dreams are pieced. This can be expressed. Dream D equals memory A plus memory. This, of course, means that Dream D is a fictional event. However, the same cannot necessarily be said about memory A, B, and C. Those happened in reality. In other words, fiction is built from combinations of reality.
So what I saw in Somnium earlier...
Yes, I believe Iris actually witnessed those events.
Pewter, you said that memories happen in reality, right? But what about false memories? How do we know if the memory really happened?
Even false memories are built from the pieces of real ones. If you disassemble those pieces, you will find real events.
What about things you see in movies or television?
The events might be fictional, but the experience is not. Our imaginations are limited to what we have seen. We cannot invent something whole cloth.
In the Somnium earlier, I saw someone else who might be the criminal. Who was he?
I wouldn't know. Dante, it looks like Iris is about to wake up.
Go stare at her. Freak her out.
Got it.
Hi.
Iris, about that dream earlier.
Dream? What dream?
There is no point in asking her, Date. The subject of a sink does not experience somnium in the way that you do.
Yeah.
They will not remember it.
And what about the Cyclops killer from 6 years ago?
Cyclops killer? I remember hearing it on the news. But I was just a little girl. I don't remember anything specific.
You don't?
No.
What about the scene of the murder?
I don't know. I've never been there.
But
Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones.
So they actually go into Date's Somnium?
I don't know.
I can't remember if this one ever gets explained.
You can't dream of something you know nothing about. Date, could you take Iris home?
huh?
We do not have enough evidence to hold her. Even in Somnium, we couldn't find anything. The law demands that we release her.
You cannot decline, Date.
Most respectfully decline.
Decline her love. Taco, I love you.
Taco, you are very loved. Why are you looking around like something's gonna happen?
Date, could we make a stop first?
Sure. Where?
Marble. It's a bar in Golden Yokocho.
You know about that place?
Yeah, Mr. Okiura took me before.
Why do you want to go there?
There's something I want to talk about.
We can't talk here?
It might take a while.
What do you think?
I have the
There's no
Somnium.
reason to refuse. Besides, there's a lot I want to ask her, too. Alright, sure.
What is your ideal man? What is your philosophy on love?
Let's talk about your underwear.
This is nice, Taco.
Super Todd.
Super God.
Tessa!
Oh, Ota!
He looks so dumb. Funny. Hot dog, what do you mean with him?
No, I didn't tell him to come. He just showed up on his own.
I was nihiling with Tessa earlier. She said she was going to Marble, so I got here just before you did. Look, I was really worried about her. She was about to be charged with a serious crime. Oh, she left a little while ago. She said something about going to help an acquaintance. She told me to watch the place until she got back.
How well do you know Mama?
Not at all. It's my first time here. No, this is my new one. You're thinking of the one I dropped in that puddle.
This actually works out nicely. I want to ask you something, Ota. It's about a Nile message you sent up. You said you wouldn't tell anyone about that thing, that you'd stay quiet no matter what. What were you talking about?
Well,
I'll tell her about the two-witter thing. I swear I'll do it.
geez, fine. Just don't tell anyone else, okay? But before I tell you, who's that?
What?
At the door. Someone's standing outside.
We should have made the sister look like Date.
Damn it.
We should have made one of them look like Date and the other one look like Yagami.
Damn it.
This is Yagami.
I always think those ones are gonna auto-progress. They don't.
Where am I?
So mean.
It looks like you're awake now.
Mama.
When does he say the thing about confusing her for the fridge? I thought he said that multiple times.
How long until we have pizza, fish, and chips? I think that's later.
Yeah,
Later, depending on the path we take.
it's when we have Mizuki. It's not a good time.
It'll be 3 o'clock soon. In the morning, of course. Ota, the boy I asked to watch the bar?
I'd say he's too old to be called a boy, but yeah.
He was already gone when I came back. All I saw was you getting your beauty sleep on the floor.
Damn it, Ota. What are you thinking?
It appears that he took off with Iris.
What were you doing during all this?
My power was shut down due to the stun gun. I have rebooted in safe mode and am now operational.
I tried. You wouldn't budge. I thought you were passed out drunk, so I left you like that.
But I didn't have a glass in front of me, right?
So you weren't drunk?
Didn't have a single drop.
Oh, I thought you were drinking straight out of the bottle. Just like the old days.
Date, the boss is calling.
Oh, how am I gonna report this one?
Date, listen. Stay calm, but this is an emergency. Just now, the killer... Well, just watch the video. I sent the address to Iba.
Uh-oh.
Iris!
This is not a good timeline.
No, that's...
The criminal
I
is
think I can
screaming
kill
his
her when she
lie.
dies, right?
Iva, the source.
Identified. The Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse, Koto District.
Okiura?
Date, focus. We need to get to the site, now.
Mighty cat.
What's our ETA?
Our destination is far from here. 20 minutes at the fastest.
Please let me make it in time.
What's up, new dog?
That sick bastard!
Hello there. So Sajima. Maybe, I can't remember who the bear ended up being. Timeline.
Yeah.
Tessa! Hold on! I'll save you!
Ota!
Stay away from Tessa! Ah!
No, it can't be. No. Stop!
You set. You bet. You weren't fast enough.
Oh.
No!
Maybe you can still put her back together.
Yeah, super glue.
Huh? Like the immortal?
No, I was thinking the spatula, but
Ah.
you know. Weird gun.
Your space gun you only use like 50 times.
Date, you're standing in the blood.
That's part of this timeline.
Ota.
It's so nice in here.
I love it in here.
It's so good in the living room.
In fact, I might feed Taco dinner.
Dinner?
There you are. Finally. I was looking all over for you. It's rare to see you down like this,
Thank you.
Good job, Taco. Come here.
but it's understandable.
Come here.
You blame yourself for this, don't you? Beating yourself up about taking Iris to Marble, and about letting Ota get the upper hand on you.
That's just embarrassing, of course. Never want to admit that.
Am I right? Shall I tell you what Investigation HQ thinks? Ota Matsushita is a criminal stalker who committed murder-suicide. Ota had a selfish love for Iris. He was under the delusion that Iris loved him too. But Iris refused Ota. So Ota decided that he and Iris should be together in the afterlife, killed her, then killed himself.
That's ridiculous. Ota would never kill Iris. And how do you explain the other two murders? Iris's left eye was hollowed out. Just like Renju and Shoko. Those 3 murders were definitely executed by the same person. The new Cyclops killer. There's no way that's Ota. Too many pieces don't fit. Too many contradictions, like killing Iris.
Such as?
Present the evidence.
Funny in here. Come on, Date.
Maybe he was thinking like this. The reason Iris and I can't be together is because her agency prohibits it, making the president, Renju, the ultimate bad guy in his mind.
Mizuki is Ota's close friend. Do you really think Ota would kill his friend's father?
Shoko was married to Renju. Maybe he was trying to get at Renju by killing her.
That's a stretch. They've been divorced for years. Ota knows all about it. He wouldn't use Shoko to get to Renju.
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota showed himself on the stream. If he was gonna kill Iris and then himself, why would he do that? The only reason you would show yourself like that is to prove that you weren't the culprit. Ota and the polar bear on the screen at the same time would prove that they're not the same person. That behavior would be totally unnecessary if he was gonna commit suicide anyway.
Well, maybe he wasn't planning on dying at first. After he killed Iris, he realized that he couldn't live with himself.
So he lies down on the workbench and turns on the ice cutting machine himself? I don't buy it. The culprit was wearing a polar bear costume, probably to hide their identity. But if murder-suicide was the plan, the costume served no purpose.
There are some additional discrepancies. I analyzed the investigation report. Judging by his wound, Ota was stabbed in the side by a kitchen knife or something similar.
Are you sure?
I am.
Oh, I know that.
Well?
Ota could have stabbed himself. Maybe he thought it would be a fatal wound, but when it didn't work, he went for the ice cutting machine.
Then, shouldn't we have recovered the kitchen knife from the scene?
Maybe he threw it in the ocean.
Boss, come on. Ota goes out to the water, stabs himself in the gut, throws the knife over the side, then walks back to the warehouse?
Well, I wasn't being serious. I didn't think Ota was the culprit from the beginning. I was just playing devil's advocate for HQ.
Really?
Yes, really.
Anyway, Ota didn't kill anyone, and here's what I think happened. Oten knew Iris was kidnapped, so he rushed onto the scene. That's when he saw the culprit wearing the polar bear costume. He tried to fight him off, but ended up being stabbed in the side. He was weakened and losing blood at the culprit's mercy. The culprit forced him into the costume, then under the ice-cutting machine. And then...
Chop.
Then, who is the culprit?
I wish I knew.
We're up to 4 victims. But Ota was a special circumstance. He wasn't specifically targeted by the culprit.
Right. And he was the only one to not have his eye pulled out.
So let's focus on the 3 other victims. Shoko, Renju, and Iris. What connects these 3?
Connections.
If you find a connection between the victims, you find a connection to the culprit. That's the theory of investigation, right?
You think the new Cyclops killer is related to them somehow?
Maybe, maybe not. That is a good starting point.
Mizuki has the strongest connections with all 3 victims. Shoko and Renji were her parents, and she was close friends with Iris. She was good friends with Ota too. But that's why I could never believe Mizuki would kill all 4 of them. Thinking of her as a suspect is ridiculous.
I know.
Hitomi and Renji are definitely linked. They were high school classmates. And she did say that she met Shoko twice. But I can't imagine she would kill Iris in such a gruesome way. No matter what the circumstances were, it seems impossible to me. Mayumi had motive for killing Iris and Renju. Mayumi hated Iris, and she didn't think well of Lemna's Gate either. And since Renju is the president... Anyway, the weak point is Renju's ex-wife, Shoko. I can't imagine why Mayumi would kill her. And above all else, she would never harm her only son, let alone kill him.
Her only begotten son.
Renju and Shoko were connected to the Kumakuras, but there's no connection to Iris.
Why don't the Kumakuras show up in Kamurocho?
Oh, wow.
Renju, Shoko, and So. There is a connection between Renju and Shoko through the Kumakuras. But again, I can't see any clear link to Iris.
Wait, so Sujima in this timeline?
Yeah. When I went to go meet the gangsters and he was in the back closet.
Oh, yes.
Me. It's me.
I know Renju and Shoko, and I'm connected to Iris. But I have an alibi. Aside from Shoko, there's no way I could have killed any of them. No. Now that I think about it, Shoko too. I don't remember killing her. My memories from 6 years ago are missing, but I still have my memory of recent events. And if I start doubting myself now...
Date, I can say without a doubt that there is zero possibility you are the new Cyclops killer. I have been working with you for years. I know better than anyone that you are innocent.
I thought it over, boss. Of the people I know, I can't peg any of them as the murderer.
And no leads to pursue?
No.
Then there's only one thing you can do. Continue your investigation. Do whatever it takes to get the culprit. To get justice for the victims.
You're right. Got it, boss.
Massive effect.
It's okay, boo.
Hmm?
I was just being distracted.
That's okay.
Is that... What's his name?
Yagami.
Yagami. Yagami-kun. looking at him. What the shit?
Bullshit.
No, nothing so far.
This is the serious timeline.
I think we got this one much later.
Yeah, because I think going back and doing that opposite line for Iris was one of the
I
later
checked
ones
this
we did.
place point by point, but didn't find nothing.
Is he from Boston?
A video camera and laptop. This is what the criminal used to stream.
Remember,
All of these items have been bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them.
Oh boy.
I have logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse. Okiura Fishery Co., Ltd. is listed as the owner. However, I found the password written directly on the router. Anyone who saw it could have used it. I have done some research. As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras, the same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju. The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died. Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly is suspicious. This forklift is old.
A forklift.
It does not appear to be functional. It has not been moved in some time.
it's frozen in place.
Iris's estimated time of death and cause of death have been confirmed. The video was not a recording. It was a live stream, filmed in real time.
Probably a couple seconds behind.
Which means Iris's time of death is 3:20 a.m.
If only he had woken up.
Iris also
Like,
had
20
her
minutes
left
sooner.
eye removed.
Yeah.
And like Renju and Shoko, Iris's left eyeball has not been recovered.
What day are we on for this timeline? They're all 5 days, right?
Do not remember.
Right here. Iris and Ota were.
I am sure you are already aware of Ota's time of death.
Just before I arrived. About 3:30 in the morning.
And the cause of death.
Right, about that. Ota had a stab wound from a kitchen knife in his side.
Correct.
What was the exact cause of death? Was it the knife wound, or...?
I cannot determine that. I can conclude that the knife wound was at least close to being fatal. Even if Ota was still alive on the workbench, he was certainly on the verge of death. If he weren't already extremely weak, we would expect to see more signs of struggle.
But why? Why did the culprit put the costume on Ota?
Unknown. Date, we should get moving. Officers from the local jurisdiction are checking the warehouse thoroughly. We will not find anything of importance here.
Yeah, you're right.
You can ask CSI to inform you if they find anything.
All right.
Dante popping out of the litter box.
There are only a few items on the shelf.
Is this warehouse not in use?
something to do here.
I'm killing you, Kaniza.
Date, I have to talk to you about something.
Huh?
About the original Cyclops serial killings.
Why this all of a sudden?
Because I want you to solve this case, Mr. Date. I want you to find who did this and bring them to justice. So, if I can help you, even a little.
Why didn't you say anything at Abyss?
The boss was there. I couldn't speak openly in front of her. So I decided to meet you here.
All right, let's hear it.
Earlier, I told you that I was completely certain the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes. I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
That's what I said.
Let me explain why. I'll start by telling you the identity of the Cyclops killer. Although, it's more accurate to say, killers.
More than one?
In the first series of killings, the culprit had an accomplice. One of them was born a murderous psychopath. The other is Rohan Kumakura, the previous chairman of the Kumakuras. They each had a role to play. The murderer committed the homicide, and Rohan removed the eyeball. "18 years ago, Rohan took a woman's eye. She was already dead. He put his finger into her eye socket and gouged it out. The reason why was simple. He was fascinated by women's eyes. Their beauty stimulated his greed and his desire to possess them. He needed to have them, to make them his own. Driven by this instinctive impulse, he took the woman's eye. From then on, he acquired a grotesque obsession with the eyes of dead women. He was very particular about his need that the eye belonged to a deceased woman. But even being the head of a Yakuza gang, there weren't too many opportunities for him to indulge. His deepest, darkest desire went unfulfilled for years. However, he soon met his ideal partner, the aforementioned psychopath. The Cyclops killer would commit the murder, and Rohan would take the eye. Thus, a mutually beneficial relationship was established. This was the origin of the Cyclops serial killings. At about the same time, you were assigned to Abyss. He was born with a brain dysfunction. Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
Oxytocin is a peptide hormone linked to feelings of love, affection, and trust. It is colloquially referred to as the love hormone. It causes a tranquilizing effect which improves mood and relieves stress. It is normally secreted when the body makes contact with an object of affection, such as an embrace or caress.
I'm sure you know what this implies, but he was unable to feel love in the way that we do. However, he was able to experience a substitute. His brain was wired in such a way that allowed him to feel satisfaction through other means. Due to the unique idiosyncrasies of his brain, he was able to release large amounts of dopamine and endorphins by performing a certain action.
What was it?
Murder.
Dopamine is a hormone linked to the reward system of the brain. The pleasant feeling attained through accomplishment is dopamine. Endorphins are a kind of brain narcotic. They dull pain and create a feeling of happiness.
He got pleasure from killing people?
It's slightly more complicated than that. Killing people was the only way he could get pleasure. He was 12 when he took his first life. That enlightened him to the pleasure of murder, which he would do again and again. That, I don't know.
The details of the original Cyclops serial killings case have become nebulous over time. Even the official investigation material contains nothing of value. I am unable to draw any conclusions from them.
You really have no idea?
If I did, I would tell you.
The original Cyclops killer had an accomplice,
There were 2 Cyclops killers.
and one of them was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
Rohan committed suicide by jumping to his death 1 year ago.
That means... Pewter, tell me this. One of the original killers is dead, I know that. That means one remains. Who is he?
After his 4th murder, he was arrested by the police. They actually picked him up on other charges. But, in any case, he is currently serving a life sentence in Fuchu prison.
Fuchu prison?
Yes.
What's his name?
In prison, he doesn't have a name. He is simply called Number 89.
89, that was close.
Number 89.
I know who killed Sugar Madami.
So, now you know why I said that. That the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes. Because one is dead, and the other is behind bars. Neither of them had the opportunity.
The Dante residence.
Yeah.
Strangle.
He does not mind.
What? Dina. Oh.
Jesus, Dante.
This is why Ota has to, we can't live divided. The darkest timeline.
Gotta go all in first.
Her dad's dead, right?
Yep, he died, but she keeps forgetting. If only she had 89. Didn't make a pun.
This is your fault. I heard from the police. Because you didn't take care of Iris. My boy Ota got involved.
Date, I looked into the investigation report. Mayumi confirmed Ota's body early this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry. I want to be alone right now. Did you not hear me? I said leave!
Date, let's go. She is in no state to talk.
Yeah, you're right.
Nope, you're good. You don't have to get up.
This is the darkest timeline.
Hey, he also sleeps on a sofa.
Huh? Got a little bit bigger place though.
As in he has a place.
How long to beat has this game at? 23 hours. I swear this took us like 60.
It took a long time.
Unless there's some weird time on Switch where... or like it counted the time up even though we were not playing. I think we would have noticed. It's my speck of dust.
Talk to Mizuki.
Mizuki must know about Iris and Ota.
Of course. The news was distributed heavily across the internet, not just in Japan, but worldwide. 3 days ago, Mizuki discovered her mother's body. 2 days ago, her father's. This morning, 2 of her best friends. It is completely understandable that she is at her mental limit.
Can I be left alone for a while?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Aiba, contact Abyss. See if they can get Mizuki a good counselor.
Understood.
Is Mama gonna be distraught?
No. Let's just say, Date, honey. Shake it off. Date's got terrible posture.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable. There's nothing even like funny in this timeline.
Yeah.
Iris was my everything. We always went everywhere together. Whether it was buying clothes or going to the movies, or taking a walk, or going shopping at the supermarket. When she was young, she would just hold one of my fingers. Her hand was too small to hold mine. Then it was 2, then 3, and finally she could hold my hand. But eventually, she left my hands altogether. She started crossing her arms, being independent, even though she needed constant attention growing up. Her memories are a part of this room. And always will be. When she was a baby, she fell off that sofa and cried and cried. One day she tore up her picture book all over the floor here. Another time she drew with crayons all over the window. She painted my portrait on Mother's Day. Scratches on the floor, chipped plates, burn marks on the table, stains on the cushions. Everything you see. It all holds a memory of her.
You know what we all need? We need to go to Lemniscape and visit the receptionist.
But...
Don't worry, guys. I can cheer you up.
Why? Oda was one of my students. I taught him in elementary school.
Sorry.
I heard it from the police. Oda tried to help Iris and ended up... I don't know what to say. I have no words.
Hitomi, my entire focus is on this case. Is there anything at all you can tell me?
I don't know if this is important, but...
No, please, tell me.
I may have told you this already. I met Renju's wife Shoko twice before. The first time at the wedding, the second time a month ago. That second time was in the waiting room of the prison.
Prison?
There's an acquaintance of mine from when we were younger. I visit them a few times a year. And by coincidence, I saw Shoko. I don't think she noticed me, but I recognized her as Renju's wife right away. She was there for the same reason I was, to visit one of the inmates.
Do you know who?
No, I don't. We didn't talk.
Which prison?
Fuchu Prison, in Tokyo.
Hamarotra.
Fuchu.
Prison?
I'm sorry to have bothered you. I'll be going now.
I don't know what to do. Thinking about her. Dante, please, you have to catch them. Please. Please.
I will. Trust me.
Are you okay, honey?
Huh?
About last night. Well, at 3 in the morning, anyway.
You know about it?
It's on every channel. You have the face of a ghost. Do you want a glass?
I don't need a drink. I need information. Do you have anything?
Well, let's see. I do have... I suppose you could call it intuition.
Tell me.
The Kumakuras are involved in this case. Remember what I told you before? That there's a relationship between Ren and the Kumakuras? Shoko also has a relationship with them. You know about her dealings with the Kumakuras, right?
So basically, 2 of the victims are linked to the Kumakuras. That must mean they're involved somehow, right?
Not 2, 3.
3? Iris?
Ota. Ota was Kumakura. They're getting real desperate.
No, not that one. The boy. He came here last night.
Ota?
Yes, from Matsushita Diner. He's linked to the Kumakuras as well. Have you heard the rumor? The Kumakuras own a handful of real estate companies. They, of course, look legit, but they're Yakuza fronts.
Is it Yakuza or Yakuza?
It's Yakuza.
I'll call those real estate companies the KE to keep it simple for you. The KE followed in So's footsteps. They bought up land in Kawasaki. Now, back to So. Have you heard of the plans for the casino in Kawasaki? So was the one who came up with it.
I was born and raised in Kawasaki. I remember the landscape of my childhood, and I loved it dearly. But look at Kawasaki now. When I see images of the destruction on television, my heart aches like it's being chopped to pieces. But I promise you, I will revive the Kawasaki district at any cost. Casino Town Kawasaki will give new life to the city.
After that, So moved fast. He submitted the bills he needed to the National Assembly after drumming up support in the right places. The bills passed, and it became an official government initiative.
Decontamination efforts therefore increased at a rapid pace in the Kawasaki district. At the moment, the area is still considered off limits. However, the air in Kawasaki is currently purified to such an extent that it has no negative effect on the human body.
If the plan goes smoothly, land prices in Kawasaki are going to skyrocket. And all that land is owned by the KE, and by So himself. The land he bought back for $1 billion will be worth 10 times that soon.
He's involved in some shady business.
Come here.
This is just another rumor, but the chemical plant exploding was no accident. It was done intentionally.
By So and the Kumakuras, you mean?
But there's no hard evidence of that. It's just gossip. What were we talking about again?
Ota and the Kumakuras.
Oh, right. You know how Matsushita Diner is close to the Kawasaki district? The chemical plant explosion made times hard. Foot traffic went down, sales declined. No wonder it closed down. Ota must hold a grudge. Someone caused that explosion. And if it was intentional, he'd hate them even more. That's how I link Ota to the Kumakuras.
Thank you, Mama. I don't know if what you told me will lead to anything, but...
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to waste your time.
What the fuck, Mama?
No, it was very helpful.
I'm glad I can help, even if it's just a little.
Well then, be seeing you.
Come back anytime.
Flowchart. Where are we in this timeline? Day 4. Okay, that's when... Oh, is this the one that ends in a dead end?
Maybe.
Because there's the one that ends with Date and Boss's body, and then it dead ends it, but you need to get down before you can get the real ending. Remember?
I remember one didn't connect that. That would make it so they didn't have to explain what she knew the faces. Oh my goodness.
Unless you can see the other timelines, still wouldn't help. Papa, leave Mom alone.
Oh, right. Need a change of